What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So, this is my knife day video. I know knife day was yesterday. I missed it by a day because I kind of forgot because we were traveling and stuff. But usually for knife day, I've done in the past where we've like gone through the entire collection, new knives, blah blah blah, this and that. But I was thinking instead of doing that this year, we would pick my top 5 favorite that I've bought so far in 2025. I've bought a bunch of different stuff. A couple of fixed blades from a custom builder, some Pro-Techs, some Micro-Techs, Chris Reeve, Three Rivers. Let's see, what else? ZT, and some other stuff. We've got, some new fixed blades from Half-Ace Blades. So there's a bunch of different stuff that we've gotten this year. Heretic. Anyway, various things. But I figured what we'd do is just narrow it down to the top 5. I'll leave links to those or versions of those. We've got a couple of special editions in the description below. If you use those links, it will help out the channel. So check those links out for me if you would. And yeah, let's jump straight into it. So, narrowing it down to my top 5, these are them. So we'll go through them one at a time, shall we? And like I said, I'll leave links to all of these in the description below. I think you can get most of them in some trim level, in some colorway, at eknives.com, and I'll leave links to those. If you use those links, it'll help out the channel. There's a couple of them that are kind of special, but we'll get into that. Okay, let's do them. No particular order. Let's start here. This is a limited number Pro-Tech Malibu. Apparently I use it a lot. It's got goo on the blade. This is a red dragon scale with a, I don't know what they call their finish on the blade, but I absolutely love this knife. It's their worn, so you can see it's kind of like, I don't know if they call it battle worn or whatever, but basically it's, the edges are sort of beat up. The reason I bought this knife is because A, I love Malibus. B, it was, where's the number here? Let's see, it is number 60 of 215, a Blade Show 2025 exclusive. And the reason I got it is because this is a knife that I'll put in my pocket when I know I have to put other stuff in my pocket. So if I have certain, if I'm wearing jeans and the pocket's small, I don't want to beat up a really nice knife. But this one is a really nice knife that doesn't mind being beat up. So this is a Pro-Tech Malibu. And of course, they're known for their automatic knives. But if you do not have a Pro-Tech Malibu or a Mordax or any of their manual knives, I recommend you do. Their special edition ones come with most of the time come with that pearl button. I absolutely love it. Some people won't like it because it sort of leans pink on the color, but I don't care about that. It's a phenomenal knife. I have another special edition from the year before at Blade Show, and so just keeping the tradition alive. And I absolutely love this knife. So that is the first one. No particular order. Let's see, this one. I picked this up at eKnives earlier this year. This is a Chris Reeve Umnumzon. If you are familiar with Chris Reeve knives, you'll know that this is sort of a grail piece. Well, pocket knives in general, you'll know that this is sort of a grail piece in general. This particular one, geez. So I do use these knives. Anyway, this is MagnaCut, and this is kind of, well, you don't always see these around. You'll see lots of Sebenzas, but you won't always see an Umnumzon. And I walked into eKnives, and there was one there, and I said, I have to have it. And so I bought it. And this has been probably one of my number one carrying knives ever since I got it. I think, yes, they are expensive, This is actually the bead blasted one, or glass blasted one. So there was an extra $50 for the glass blasting. But here's what I'll tell you. If you had to buy one knife and spend a lot of money for one knife, this would be the one. I think if I sold everything or lost everything, I would hope that this one was the one in my pocket when I ran from the burning house. I absolutely love it. It's awesome. It's big, but it does everything you want it to do. It's very thin and slicey because it's got that hollow grind. I don't know what else to say about Chris Reeve Unumzon except for, to me, this is one of, for an actual carry knife, something that you would use every day despite its cost, beat it up, use it for its purpose. This is probably, could be a one and done if you were going to say that. I'm not going to, but if you were going to say that, this could be a one and done knife. Definitely. Next, let's talk about another kind of hard-working knife. I got this one earlier this year. This is the ZT Zero Tolerance 0512. Of course, this is a Kai USA product, which is fancy Kershaw. ZT is fancy Kershaw, United States made, and this is an automatic. This is a really interesting knife. When you look at it, you're like, what is going on here? This is a very cool, very interesting knife. The size is fantastic. It carries really well in the pocket. It is just a pocket knife. But there's a few things that make it next level. First of all, it's Crewware steel, which is not a stainless steel, but we've got this brown Cerakote on the blade. It does not corrode because as long as you use it, it will continue to be just fine. I have used this a lot, and the Cerakote seems to be holding up just fine on the blade. You can see that it's used, but that's what it's for. Then we've got this like canvas or maybe burlap micarta, canvas micarta handle, and this has definitely aged in some. If you go back and look at my original video when I first got this knife, it looks a lot different because this does kind of hold your, oils of your hands and stuff. And of course, I'm left-handed, but I actually use the knife right-handed most of the time. So this thing's pretty sick. The other thing that's unique about it is it's got titanium scales on this side, even though they have been Cerakoted that brown. Very unique, in my opinion. Overall, very good pocket knife. Excellent drop clip point. Fantastic edge. Very easy to maintain. Very easy to touch up. Crewware keeps an absolutely incredible edge. And this knife takes a beating. Now I clean stuff. Well, okay. The last two knives have crap on the blades, but anyway, I use this stuff, and even though it doesn't look like it, it gets used quite a bit. This will be a knife that we use for harder duty stuff, and I absolutely love it. So the ZT, what is it? 0512. Them and their stupid numerical names. Anyway, fantastic knife. Little spendy, worth every penny, in my opinion. Next, this is another ProTech, and this is, hang on. This one deserves to have a clean blade. This is also a Blade Show collectible or exclusive, so this is number 60 of 80. We've got the copper camo carbon here, and we've got, of course, this is it's a manual, again, not automatic. But what's really cool about this is that double Mike Erie hand-polished double ground blade. I've always wanted a Mike Erie hand-polished blade by ProTech, and I finally got one at Blade Show this year. And what's really weird is I ended up with two Mike Erie blades this year, which is sort of wild. You can't always find these, but they're out there. In this setup, I don't know if you can at all, but this knife is really, 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 really nice. It's I don't know. There's just something about it. The shape of it, the way it fits in your hand. Now, I don't use this serious. This is like a dress up and go out for a nice dinner kind of knife. That's what I use it for. So, you know, it's not going to break down boxes in the garage and stuff. But I did ask him, you know, I was like, hey, will this scratch? And they said, well, if it's harder than the blade, it'll scratch. But for anything else you use it for, it won't. So you could break down boxes in the garage. You could do whatever you want, and it won't scratch because it's softer than the blade. I'm like, oh yeah, duh. Still, I'm kind of nice to this one. I really, 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 really like this knife. And yeah, so this is definitely in my top 5 for the year. And then lastly in the top 5 category, believe it or not, is the other Mike Erie ground blade. And this probably has crap on it too, because yep, sure does. This is a Three Rivers Manufacturing Atom. I have the titanium diamond pattern one also, but this copper fat carbon, in fact, I'm pretty sure, they're different cuts, but I'm pretty sure this is the same product, just on in a different, you know, cut a different way and stuff. If you've not tried a Three Rivers Manufacturing, TRM Atom, or any of their knives, but the Atom in particular, you should. The blade stock thickness is so thin. The knife is so light. This is one of my main carries. So this one and my Chris Reeve is probably my main carried knife. Either this one or the titanium version of this. I just love the blade profile. Now, my other one is flat ground. This one is a Mike Erie hollow ground. And so all of a sudden, from not having any Mike Erie ground blades to having 2 in the same year, which is really cool. I absolutely love this thing. I got this at eKnives pretty recently, actually. And this has been in my pocket a lot. Titanium pocket clip, 20 CV steel, liner lock. Absolutely incredible. I had a warranty situation with my other one. I sent it back. They sent it back to me, good as new, probably better than new actually, and didn't charge me shipping, nothing. I mean, this company, I can't say enough good things about them. Absolutely incredible. So, there you go. We got the TRM Atom with the Mike Erie hand ground blade. We've got the ProTech, I can't remember what the name of this knife is. I'll put it on the screen, I guess. With a Mike Erie hand ground blade. We've got our Chris Reeve Noomzon. We've got our ProTech Malibu. And we've got our ZT0512. Those would be my top 5 for the year so far. By the end of the year, I'm sure I'll have more that would have made this list. But so far, as of Knife Day, in 2025, or the day after Knife Day. Sorry, I wasn't a day late. These are it. Do me a favor. Check out the links in the description. You can find versions of these knives in the links in the description at eKnives. If you use those links, it will help out the channel. And subscribe and like and do all the things. And we'll see you in the next video.